Apex Legends burst onto the scene like no other Battle Royale game has before. Until the day it was released, it had no announcement, no open beta, no marketing, no nothing. One day, it didn't exist, and the next, it was one of the most popular BR games on the market. With the popularity of the Battle Royale genre, and every gaming company trying to get a piece of the pie, we can easily write off Apex Legends as another flash in the pan, a generic Battle Royale that will eventually fade into obscurity when another game comes out and takes its place. Right? Well, I'm not so convinced. See, Respawn, the creators of Apex Legends, put a heavy emphasis on an aspect of gaming that's been undervalued or outright missing for most Battle Royales today. So much so that I'd venture to say it's a core game mechanic, and for me, what makes it stand out in a sea of BR games. The mechanic I'm talking about is teamwork. There's a fundamental problem with the Battle Royale genre in that there's very little incentive to win. Outside of your first few adrenaline pumping wins and seeing that sweet endgame victory screen, the longer you play, the more hollow the game starts to feel. In traditional Battle Royales, let's take Fortnite for example, you have very little direct interaction with your team. You can ask each other for items or call out where enemies are, but that's about the extent of your interactions. When you break it down, you could easily play the team mode as a solo player, and sure, it will be a lot harder, but it wouldn't be much different. This is why many people will simply leave the game when they get downed or die, even if they have a teammate alive to possibly pick them up. Because if I'm not actively playing the game, then the game doesn't matter. In Apex Legends, it's a bit different. It plays on the social aspect of gaming. It rewards and reinforces the notion of playing together at every turn. Let me show you what I mean. At the start of every game, Apex follows the traditional Battle Royale formula. You fly over the map and you can choose which area to drop into. But the default drop mechanic is a bit different. Your team has one dedicated jump master, and wherever he drops, your team will automatically follow. Right off the bat, it shows you that your actions, in this case where you end up, will directly affect your teammates, and it encourages you to confer and ask, "Hey boys, where do you guys want to land?" Very rarely will you have a teammate land by themselves. When you land, you'll do the normal loot for guns and try to clear out the area. But what makes Apex's combat system unique to BRs is that each character you choose has their own set of unique abilities. At first, I found the abilities to be a bit lackluster. They were solid standalone abilities, but they didn't feel as impactful as I thought they would be when I first read their descriptions. It wasn't until I realized that using my abilities in conjunction with my teammates' abilities that we could create combos that really made them shine. The most obvious example would be Lifeline. Her basic ability deploys a health drone that heals everyone in a small area. Super powerful, but requires you to stand in a relatively small space for an extended period of time. This will open you up to getting gunned down or arc-starred when you're most vulnerable. But let's pair that with Gibraltar's basic ability, to deploy a dome shield that blocks all incoming attacks. You and your team can safely heal up without being interrupted. Or say you're pinned down in a pretty poor position without much cover. You can throw down Gibraltar's dome shield and use Wraith's ultimate to create a portal out for your entire team to reposition safely. Or let's take Bangalore's basic ability to shoot a smoke bomb that impairs vision in an area, and pair that with Bloodhound's ultimate ability to see enemies in a red silhouette. This interaction allows Bloodhound to get off some free damage without taking any in return. These interactions between abilities will reward teams who are willing to work together. And sure, if you're good enough with a gun, you can carry your team on skill alone. But as this game grows and a meta starts to emerge, it'll be squads with the best teamwork and the best synergy that'll be able to outmaneuver even the most skilled of opponents. What Apex Legends does so beautifully is it gets players invested in the game by for once getting them invested in their teammates. There's an item called a knockdown shield that you can use when you're downed. So even when you're at your most helpless, you can become a useful body shield for your teammate. And even furthermore, if you're fully killed, your teammate has the opportunity to pick up your banner and deliver it to a respawn location, bringing you back from the grave. It's such an intuitive yet underutilized mechanic in Battle Royales, being able to revive your dead teammates. Where normally you would immediately leave the game without so much as a GG, you now become intensely invested in the success of your teammate, because if he can clutch it out, he can bring you back into the game. Apex Legends is littered with subtle mechanics that remind you that you're supposed to be playing together. From the comprehensive ping system that allows for efficient communication, to the character voice lines that nudge you closer together.
Not all of us are inside the ring. Victory lies there.
No other Battle Royale pulls you into the perspective that your goal is to survive as a squad quite like Apex Legends does. And although it's a brand new game that brings something new to the Battle Royale genre, only time will tell if it can come back with enough updates to fuel its growing popularity. But even if Apex Legends is just a flash in the pan and it fades into the background when a new BR comes out in a few months, at least it reminded us of the old saying, if you want to go somewhere fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. It would really help me out. Also, I stream on Twitch every Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays. Come hang out. I'll see you guys next time.